Okay then, so ladies and gentlemen, the status quo right now, education is a system with the purpose of increasing the quality of human resources in a country or in a place. The system consists of three things. First of all, the curriculum, which is a guide for the teachers itself, and then secondly is the teachers itself, which is the ones who actually give the curriculum to the students itself, and then the third is the student is the ones who actually receive the knowledge from the curriculum and also from the teachers itself. And the problem we have in the status quo right now is that the only thing that the government is actually considering or is actually taking care of is only the teachers and the curriculum itself. And then why is this problematic? Because first of all, by only considering the teachers and the curriculum, they don't actually think that the student is actually receiving this knowledge well. You can see the status quo right now. When a teacher asks, "Do anyone understand?" everyone says that they understand itself. Nobody says they don't understand because they are forced to be in this kind of situation, status quo right now. So we cannot actually make sure the academic capabilities of the students if they are on the same age and not differentiating them by the academic capabilities. And this is problematic because this can actually create a gap between the students itself, even though they are in the same age. But when they don't actually have the same academic capabilities, there will actually be a gap. And that's why we would like to propose that the students in this classroom is based on their intelligence and academic performances rather than their age, which is back to our goal is actually to try to maximize the education outcome, which is actually to give to make to increase the quality of human resources itself. And then what we mean, we want to base on their intelligence. We will group all of these students into the classroom based on their IQ and their intelligence, not by their age itself, because this will be problematic, and we differentiate that by their age. I will explain that later in my arguments. So first of all, my arguments is that we believe why is it important for us to actually group the students based on their academic capabilities instead of their age? Because first of all, we believe in the status quo, if you actually give the classroom based on their age, what will happen is, first of all, the students will actually become more pessimistic. Because why do I say so? Because in the status quo right now, they group the students based on their age, not by their academic capabilities. So even though you are smart and have a really high IQ, you can actually be grouped by someone with a lower IQ than yours. So why this is problematic? Because first of all, for the ones who have IQ, what will happen to them? It is actually they will get bored because they will actually repeat the same thing over and over again, because the teacher cannot progress the lesson or the education or the subject material itself, because the other ones, the ones who are less smart, the ones who are with less IQ doesn't actually understand about them. So it is not fair for the teachers to actually progress the learning material itself, right? So they are stuck with that, and then the ones who actually understand it already will actually become bored and then lost their motivation to actually study, and it will actually decrease the outcome of the education itself. And then for the less intelligent or for the less IQ ones, they don't think that they deserve to actually be there. Why do I say so? Because they are surrounded by someone who are actually a lot smarter than them, and then it will actually make them think that they cannot actually reach the same heights as their friends, and so they will become lazy and they will become less motivated. So in our scenario, if we actually group them based on their academic capabilities, we can adjust the study materials to the students. For the smart one, we will give a more complicated academic material, and then for the last one, we will give a more basic and more easier for them to actually learn. So they won't actually, the one is actually ahead of each other. They will always be in the same group, and this will make a sense of competitiveness, because when they are like that, they think they can reach each other's level, so they will make more competitive, that later. And then why competitive is good? Because if you have a competitive, if there's an essence of competitive, they will actually try to do it. They actually will try to develop themselves, not trying to develop themselves. They don't want. This will actually become increase the motivation, then increase the outcome of the learning itself. Because in the characterization of the students itself, they have different learning styles. They can't catch up with each other. Some have a high, some can learn very quickly, and some don't, because it's the characterization of the students itself. And then there is an academic gap in the status quo itself. This is what I said before. There are the ones who are smart, and then the ones who are less, and this will actually not give the essence of competitiveness. And then now moving to my justification is that we believe that it is justified to actually upheld this motion because it is in line with the purpose of education, which is actually to give a higher human resources, ladies and gentlemen. Why? One can achieve this because first of all, we are not only increasing the teacher and the curriculum itself. We also care about the students. We also care about the students, and this is why that's promoted, just like I said before. So by actually increasing the students itself, we will give an ideal environment for the students for them to learn. And what do I mean by this? If they are based on their academic capabilities, with the ones that are smart and with the ones who are less smart, so to actually make them think that they are in the same level as others, so they will actually try to learn more, to actually be better, and they can think they can achieve this because the gap is not that high. If it is based on their age, the gap is too high for them to actually motivate themselves. And then we believe that there is distraction in the classroom itself. For example, like the ones there are, let's say in the status quo right now, there are many people in the back row of the classroom itself doesn't actually learn, or is just playing around, not like in the front people in their class. And then what this will actually make, and then this will make no sense of competitiveness at all. And how can we achieve the sense of competitiveness? And just like I said before, because even though you are young and then you have academic capabilities, for example, like if the smart one, even though they're old and young, the old will think, oh no, the ones who are younger, they are better than me. I need to catch up with them. I cannot let them surpass me. And then the young think that they can surpass the older ones, so they will actually motivate them to actually support them more. But if we differentiate them, group them between their age, they think that they all have the same time, depending on they think they have the same time to actually jump, to actually catch up with the others, so they don't actually have the sense of motivation. They don't have the urgency to actually learn more because they think they still have many time. This will give more or less motivation, and by not having less motivation, they will have the less motivation to learn, and this will actually not minimize learning outcome, which is our goal, to actually maximize learning outcome. And that's why I'm proud to support the motion. Thank you.